Good deal. Next question, pertaining to the smoking policy, which states smoking is not allowed on city property. Certain departments allow their employees to smoke in designated areas on city property, for instance, parking decks on the higher levels throughout the city. Why and should this be allowed?
You know, we thought long and hard about this smoking policy. Actually, it's a tobacco-free policy in smoking. You know, smoking it costs on average about $1,500 per employee in healthcare cost. Secondhand smoke certainly is an issue there. But at the end of the day, that was that greater good situation, and we did in fact put that band in. And that policy, we knew going in that we would have to make modifications to that, because just saying no on city property and then all of a sudden you're in the middle of the street, you're on somebody else's property, you're infringing upon someone else's property and their rights. So you gotta be smart. You just can't be policy stupid. I have seen what's going on. There have been at least 3 that I'm aware of where the cabinet level have come to me and have recommended an accommodation, and we have approved that at the cabinet level, and any that makes sense we would do, but we're not going to go wholesale and let it come back into the mainstream of our property. It's very difficult to enforce, obviously, at our parks and other areas. It's a very difficult issue. It will be a continuing issue. It'll be a continuing evaluation, and hopefully over time we can get the right balance so that those people that just have to smoke, who are willing to pay the additional money and those kinds, can be accommodated as much as possible, but that do not interfere with the lives and the work day of the other employees.
We do have smoke cessation programs that are available to tobacco users who want to try to quit.
We absolutely do, and I know of a number of people that have told me how much they appreciate it and how that it is a discipline, and I would encourage anybody out there to give up smoking, to give up tobacco use, because sooner rather than later they're going to not reap the benefits, but are going to have bad health because of that. And when you see these people dying at these younger ages, it is about hypertension, which smoking leads to. It's about obesity, which leads to many diseases that are going to be life-threatening.
A lot of healthcare costs could be eliminated or vanished if we just modified our controllable behavior. So smoking,
right, just like I said, the average is about $1,500 per employee that smokes is going to cost the system more in health care annually.
Right now, smokers are only paying an extra $300. So
is it $25 a pay period or something like that?
It's $300 per year. I've done the math, and
oh,
well, no, only because I'm interested in seeing my fellow colleagues kick the habit, and $300 is a big lever that's moved a lot of them. Yeah. But many people have said we want to do this so badly, or they can't help but do it, but they're helping to underwrite their cost. Last question, Mayor, and it says, would the mayor consider a sustainability department important for the city's future, or at least a coordinator doing this function? This questioner did provide her identity, and I asked her, well, what does sustainability mean?
Sustainability department.
She meant making sure that the city only efficiently used resources as needed and tried to preserve them for the duration. And said it could be applied to stormwater management, making sure that the city...
You mean kind of a green city functionality, that
part of
thing?
It, yes, indeed.
Yeah. What was the actual question? Would we consider?
Would you consider a sustainability department important for the city's future?
I don't know that we would, quote, do a department, but certainly there's probably within our own organization already some semblance of this going on, and to be able to task our development or our planning or our engineering organization to be able to... We are doing things different today than we ever have before to try to be a green city.
Right.
All of the things that we've done about trying to be more energy efficient. You know, with this whole recycling, moving to waste energy with our garbage streams. Within City Hall, trying to find alternative uses of fuel. I know that if we can capture stormwater, this probably can be harnessed in some shape, form, or fashion. And so tasking someone to be cognizant of that, to be responsible to looking at that probably is a doable thing. Creating a, quote, department to do that probably is not something that we would be able to afford that luxury, at least in the near term.
A lot of the reconstruction or renovations that are being done are more energy efficient.
Absolutely.
So we're lowering our carbon footprint.
Right. Take City Hall, for instance. When we put in those individual registers in each of the rooms, that actually costs more money from a capital standpoint.
A register is a thermostat you're
well,
talking
a thermostat are the
HVAC
ducts
system.
and
Okay.
the heating and air. The unit itself costs more money, but it's about a 30 to 40% savings in energy utilization, in more efficient utilization. So over time, very shortly, we'll pay back that capital cost. Then as we go forward, it certainly will fall to being able to have less cost, which will allow us to do things like the COLA benefits that they were talking about earlier.
Good deal. Well, thank you for your openness and your frankness and being willing to answer any and all questions that were submitted by the employee work body.
I'm sorry I didn't know the answer to all of them, but let's do it again in a couple of months.
We certainly shall, and we'll remind everyone that if you have a question where you'd like to ask the mayor, just dial 311, or if you'd prefer, send me a message through the city's hand mail system, and we'll get it to the mayor. Anonymity is protected, and no question is off limits. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Mayor, for being a part of Ask the Mayor. We couldn't do it without you, and I mean that.
Well, I'm sure there are a lot of people up here that probably could provide better answers. But
I doubt it.
I know they want to hear from the mayor, and to the extent I'll try to be a little more up on some of the finer details.
Good deal. Thank you very much. And thank you, everyone. We'll see you next time right here on Ask the Mayor.